Hello, this is Conversa Solutions, and welcome to our high-level overview of Ensemble MDM. With Ensemble MDM, you can remotely manage both Android and iOS devices. Our easy-to-use dashboard enables you to synchronize applications and policies across your devices with just a few easy clicks. Admins can create projects to group policies, apps, and devices together. Multiple projects can belong to a single company. Company admins can only manage the projects and devices within that account. Resellers can manage multiple sandboxed Ensemble accounts. Now, let's take a look at an example company. Let's start with the home page. The Getting Started section lists the recommended first steps to take after creating a new Ensemble company. Zero-touch enrollment is the recommended method for installing Ensemble onto Android devices. By pre-registering device serials into Zero-touch, Ensemble will install and activate once that device goes through the setup wizard. While not required to use Ensemble, setting up the managed Google Play Store is required to manage Play Store applications on Android devices. For Apple, automated device enrollment and Apple push notification services are required to manage iOS devices, and the volume purchase program is required to manage applications on iOS devices. The Apple services use tokens to integrate with Ensemble, and those tokens must be renewed once per year. Below are tiles that provide general summary information about the devices, projects, and licenses on this company. And at the bottom of the page here is a map that shows the location of your company devices. Right here is the link to our knowledge base guide, which serves as a wiki for troubleshooting Ensemble. We have many articles full of useful information here, so please feel free to take a look around and see what we have to offer. Next, let's take a look at the devices page. This section holds the various methods of installing Ensemble onto your devices. View the Getting Started guide to learn more about device enrollment. The section below is the device management table. New devices can be registered here individually or in bulk. Once registered, this table will allow you to view device information or send remote commands to the devices. For more information on how to use the device management table properly, please see the video linked in our description below. The next section is content. These pages are used to create a library of applications and files that can be later associated with the devices via a project. The Files tab is where you can add any files that you wish to be deployed to your fleet of devices. These can include files such as images, PDFs, audio files, among others. To add files to the company's content storage, click the plus button here on the right-hand side of the screen, navigate to the files on your machine, and click Upload. The Applications tab is where you can add private, App Store, and Google Play applications to your company content. In order to add applications via the Apple Store, you must be enrolled in the Apple Volume Purchase Program, and to add applications from Google Play, you have to have a managed Google Play account set up. Articles that outline how to do each of these will be linked in the video description. You can also manage Android applications that are not in the Play Store by uploading your APK files here. The Bookmarks tab is where you can create Android web apps and Apple web clips. These act as web bookmarks that you can add to your project that allow for your end users to quickly access sites without the need to open a browser application. You can add one in either tab by clicking the plus button here. The Certificates page is where you would upload any certificates that you may have for Wi-Fi configurations or a VPN application. To add a certificate, click the plus button here. The Contacts tab is where you can add in your contacts. You can create an address book here by clicking the plus button. Once you've built your content library, these files and applications can be used across multiple projects, which brings us to the Projects page. This page is where projects can be created, cloned, or deleted. Projects tie content and policies to a group of devices. For more information about project types, please see our knowledge base articles linked in the description below. Now, let's take a closer look at a project. Similarly to the company pages, this navigation menu takes us to the different pages related to this project. The name of the project can be found at the top here. Clicking this back arrow will take you back to the main company projects page. From the dashboard of the project, you are able to see how many pieces of content there are on this project, how many users, if the devices are on zero touch, if the location is turned on, and if it is, you can see it right here with pins dropped on the map for every device on the project. You can also take notes here on the project dashboard. To start off with the pages on the left, let's look at the content page. This page is used to select what content from the company library should be downloaded onto the project devices. Use the menu in the upper right-hand corner of the table to add content to this project. If you need any further assistance in managing or adding content, please consult our knowledge base article, which is linked in the description. The policies section is where all of the settings that you wish to apply to your devices are housed. Before you make any edits to any project, you must click the Edit button here, and when you are done, you will hit the same button, which is now a Save button. Each section of the policies page houses a different group of settings for the project itself. Whether it be settings for the kiosk, the device, security settings, network and communication settings, to application settings for all of the applications you have added to the project, they are all housed within these tabs. Our knowledge base articles go into much more detail regarding what every setting on each tab does and affects, so for more information, please consult our knowledge base. And remember, once you make any changes to any of the project policies on any of the tabs here, be sure to hit the Save button to save your changes. The next section on the left-hand side of the screen is Certificates. This is where you can select certificates to be installed for use by a VPN or other applications on the devices for this project. These are the same certificates that were uploaded on the Company Content Certificates page that we went over earlier. Underneath this, you will find Deploy. The Deploy screen is where you push out any and all changes that you have made to your project to ensure that your devices have the most up-to-date data. If you change a setting or add a new application, you need to deploy to actually send that policy to the devices. If you want it to be deployed to the devices right here, right now, you can select this checkbox to make it instant to force the device to wake up and check in. User interaction required will download the latest policy, but will not apply them until the user agrees to continue through the check-in process, which will be on the device screen itself. A forced update will start applying policies immediately, and the check-in will be visible to the user, and a silent update will apply the latest policies in the background. The Devices and Users pages connect these policies and applications to the devices. This section will behave very similarly to the device management table that is present on your company page. In here, you can see the devices that are currently assigned to the project, or you can add a device by clicking the three dots menu here. Note, this will not allow you to register a new device to the company. It will only associate a prior added device to the project. Application users can be added to the users page in a similar manner. Any device that is logged into Ensemble with the user account associated with the project will load the policies of that project. A default license is associated with each user. When a new device is logged into with that user account, a seat from that default key is used. If there are no available seats, the login will fail. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to stay up to date with any future releases and to be notified of any new videos that we upload. Be sure to check out our knowledge base that is linked in the description as well. Thank you, and have a fantastic day.